The Adams dry fly is a staple for any dry fly angler. Brent is using mallard flank feather for the wings versus hen hackle tips, a must-have fly for any trout fisherman.
Well, our next fly we're going to tie here is an Adams dry fly, which is, we're going to go over some materials. I'm just going to talk a little bit about hackle with you for a couple minutes here, just so you can kind of ponder a few things. Dry fly hackles are primarily capes. This comes off the front of the breast of the chicken. It's a lot stiffer hackle. It's very nice dry fly hackle because it is so stiff. It comes in all colors. There's just no end to it. Some beautiful, beautiful colors in here. Now these aren't number one necks, or some very, very top. They grade them from economies up to number ones. So here's a saddle, for example, bar ginger, that is inexpensive. It wouldn't make dry fly hackle at all. It's more for streamers and so forth. The neck hackle, like I say, here's some really small feathers down here, and they keep getting bigger as you go back into the neck, we call it. Okay, these are neck hackle. So we'll probably end up using something like this that is pretty close for our Adams. You can also, another great option these days is these super saddles. I use a lot of super saddles. Now here's a Cree super saddle here. I use a lot. That's one of my favorite colors. We can use that on this Adams for sure. And you can take these grizzly saddles, which got a lot of really nice dry fly. They're softer, but they still will work fine for dry flies. And then here's the brown, kind of a coachman brown, and then this grizzly makes great combos for an Adams or something like that. So that might be an option. You want to go brown and a grizzly would be the first two colors I'd buy. And if you want to go to a neck, if you do a lot of dry flies, you want to use neck hackle or saddle hackle, that's up to you. This super saddle hackle now is in good quality. That's all I use is this, and you take one feather, it's just a small feather right now. I can do probably 4 flies with that little feather right there. Okay, so just so you're mindful of that, so we're going to go on to a good old pattern here, which is the Adams. I tie a lot of parachute Adams flies, like parachutes, but we're going to do the standard dry fly for you here so we can kind of get our head around what's going on in the dry fly world. So we're going with the size 12 standard dry fly hook. Like I say, we start with a little bigger hooks, and you can always go down smaller sizes. And as you know, the bigger the number, the smaller the size in hooks. Or, hooks are really, it's a kind of a complicated game we got here. We got the number 22 is a lot smaller than the 12. And then if you get into the other side of it, you get to 6/0 bigger than 1/0. So it's a confusing game, but we won't get into that too much with you. Okay, so the tailing material, we have nothing really on here that's that great for tails. You can maybe find a few down here. These little spades, I just call them spades, are down the bottom. See, the new tailing material now, or what we have available to us, is Coq de Leon, and I use that a lot. It's a really nice speckled feather for tailing material. But we'll just use these. They work just fine. We're going to tie in the tail the length of the shank. Wind those butts down. Right to the bend there, or the point of the barb. Keep talking about our point of the barbs. Coming forward now to 1/3 back, where we tie in the wings to balance the fly. So they called for hen neck, and I don't have any hen neck, so I'm going to be using This is a mallard flank feather. I'm going to be looking for feathers with square tips. These are damaged. This is starting to get a little long. You see it's kind of getting tapered. And these feathers get very long. And then those will be used for rolled muddlers and so forth. We'll see one of them coming up too. Maybe not on this video, but on one soon. So you want to make sure you get rid of these damaged ones. They're garbage. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. So here's a nice square feather right here. There's actually two of them. So those will work. They're damaged a little bit. This one's a really nice feather. Here's what I would really see the square, how it's nice and where that is. So we're going to come in. This video is taking a long time because I want to go over some of these steps and whatever, get you kind of started in the right foot. I'm getting a soft turn on this because I want to tip this up, but I don't want these wings too long. I want them to be in proportion. I'm going to back off because when I pull it back, I've got it too far back. So you want to make sure it's tied in where you want it to be 1/3 back. We got to get the height that I want. Looks pretty good. I'm just going slow with you so we can understand what we're doing. We're going to tape this down. Now we're going to get together and set our wings. Now here I'm going to turn my vise a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to split these equally. And also you can grab yourself a little vodka needle and get half and half. Go through here. Go this side. Pull it around, come back. And now we're it's starting to take shape, starting to split. See, those wings are starting to split. We're not done yet. We're just getting them split. We're just happy that they're even. Come from the front to the back, underneath, to the other side. Come down in the front, to the back again. Now we're going to tip these up there because they're gonna ride in there plumb fine. Those actually look better to me than the hen hackle tips anyway. I just like these looks of these better. Now I'll bring in some of our dubbing, our dry fly dubbing again. This is just the hare's ear color, which is pretty popular. And the Adams is more of a gray, but this is all right. And then we'll just roll this on our thread. We got our 8/0 white thread here. And double our body. And we're going to make sure we get this tapered. I get a turn or two and then I can tighten it up. Just roll it on nice and tight. And that way we'll get a really nice segmented looking body. And you get right behind those wings. Pull that off. I'm just going to snip that off my little razor blades there, off my scissor blades. That's looking pretty good. I like doing these classes or courses because they actually take me back to the basics, and that's where we all need to be. So I'll take this Cree hackle, and one side stripped off there, and we always tie the hackles. This is the good side, and this is the dull side. I'm going to tie the dull side forward. And we're going to tie it in right behind the wings. So I'm going to bring my thread up behind the eye. I'm going to take a couple turns here, pull them wings back, a couple turns here. Now it really depends on what kind of water you're fishing. If you're fishing really slick water, you don't need a lot of hackle. If you want to fish some quicker water, you want to hackle it up a little bit more. Now, where did I put my little tool there for my half hitch tool? I'm going to use that on here because this is a good reason, because when I go to half hitch it, I can push those hackles back. See, if I use a Matarelli finish on that, it could trap a lot of those hackles. So this is a really good time to go back to the basics for you too, and put a half hitch on there, and then we can get it caught, and then we can go around twice. It's not going to slip off now. And then you push those hackles back as you tie these half hitches. So it actually does a pretty good job of that. Finishes the fly off pretty nice. I see I got one caught there while I was talking to you, but there it is. It's just a Adams dry fly. It's not that hard, and I put the mallard wings on it, and I think that looks pretty nice. It's going to balance pretty good. It's going to ride nice. You can imitate a lot of mayfly patterns or insects with this pattern. So appreciate you dialing in on this one. It's a good one. You see look at the body, how it's kind of two-toned in there. Really nice. Okay, let's get on to the next fly.
Thanks for joining us today with our fly guy Brent Schlinker. Check out his new videos on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.